Hey everybody, it's Rick OShay playing Marvel Puzzle Quest. Thanks for jumping on again. I'm finally getting into the 12 Days of Marvel event. It's really fun, special kind of feature event where you have to use characters from different affiliations within the game, starting out with some Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy, Inhumans, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and some villain groups, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's jump into the first part of this. I think we're going to do a short two-part video of the first 6 battles and then the second set of 6 since it's 12 overall. Let's jump into the first battle and see how it goes. So day 1 is Avengers, and we have to take on this specific group of enemies, villains in the game, and I think this will be a fun team to start with. I like to play 4-star Human Torch whenever possible. He's an Avenger in the game, if you didn't know some of the back history, as well as a S.H.I.E.L.D. character. And then I thought we'd bring in a couple of 3-stars along the way through this 12 Days of Marvel. Might be fun to get in Iron Man Model 40, one of the most versatile or helpful 3-star characters in the game, even leading into 4-star land. And then I'm a big fan of Hawkeye, as you probably know. Let's go. Need to put on our animation so that we can enjoy this here all together. And here we go. So what do we want to do with this team? Well, I think you want to put a focus on getting yellow for Iron Man Model 40. That's always a high priority when playing him. And then our 4-star character really relies on red and green. So Iron Man's yellow will earn red, green, and blue, a little bit of everything else, and except for black, I think. And then also we've got Hawkeye that has a great blue and purple ability, a decent black that might come into effect, and then Iron Man also has a blue. So what's our first move here? There's a lot of stuff going on. There's an extra move on the board. That's always where you usually want to start, except when you're fighting against Loki. You might not want to get a lot of match 4s because he'll create countdowns that steal your AP away. And so I am going to forego the extra move. It would be fine, but let's do this purple match here. That drops down 2 different matches of green and should also maybe cascade a couple other things. With Jim Hammond on the team, you also want to get a quick run at green to get his repeaters started. His repeaters are very strong. And is this the time to start? Actually, maybe there's a green match over there, and I really want to let's get this yellow and black first, see if we can get that green. Okay, 2 different ways to match green. Maybe it's not a huge deal. Yeah, let's try to get yellow. And the reason for waiting is when you play Wildfire, it shows up on a green tile, and now that's in a dangerous or matchable location, right? But Hammond also has a passive for when you play anyone else's ability on your team, like that. He will fortify. See how it fortified that repeater? Excellent, right? That's a good chance that you have to protect that tile. Now, our countdowns are also a little bit vulnerable, but we'll see if we can keep at least lost 2 of them right away. Got a match 4 twice that I didn't want to do. We matched away the fortification on Wildfire. So I kind of say that actually backfired a little bit. But let's start our abilities again. Got a lot of yellow and blue. Get that repeater fortified, and then we'll play Bola Arrow 2. Okay, so now I think we had better get a good run on red. Oh man, getting these match 4s against Loki is pretty dangerous. You're going to see he's stealing our AP repeatedly with those countdowns. You definitely want to avoid that when possible. But now, here we go. Wildfire is going to start doing damage to a random enemy every turn. Separately from that, it's going to spread to another repeater tile every turn. Also, we have, let's play our explosive arrow. That should guarantee that our second repeater tile gets fortified and, you know, protected from the enemy. And then let's keep Loki right there. Let's move over. I think the next most dangerous is going to be Magneto. This explosive arrow is in a dangerous location. We can't get it fortified. Let's do this match 4 just in case it kind of separates that out from being matchable. It is still in danger. Doing damage to random enemies. Got the stun on Magneto. Cool. Okay. So things are looking good here. We have a couple of our repeaters fortified. And now you have to consider, when do you want to play Blaze Beyond Control. It only costs 8, so it's a really inexpensive team damage ability. And it will destroy your repeater tiles. Well, if you look at the board, there's 3 repeaters. 2 of them are fortified. We could wait another turn and get that one fortified, but there's so few green tiles on the board at all. Let's play this now. So Blaze Beyond Control, team damage. For the win. Wow, that just does so much more damage than I'm ready for it to do. And anytime you can get 7k or above team damage from a 4-star character, that is great. Alright, I'm going to get some shards for Spider-Ham as we progress along the way. Day 2 is X-Men. So here's an interesting team. I figure you guys might expect to see Polaris show up in 1 or 2 of these battles. And I always forget Polaris is a hero in the game. We also have Age of Apocalypse Magneto. I only have 2 covers on him, yellow and blue. I do not have his red, but we'll bring him along for fun. We might be able to play his yellow ability. Juggernaut will do an awesome job of team damage and potentially build up for his blue. Probably save blue for Polaris. It's just awesome. And you can see from the 5 stars and 4 stars below, there's so many great choices you could make for overall X-Men affiliation characters. Let's jump into this action and see how to win. So I think we'll probably take on, or at least have Juggernaut set as our primary target, since he's got a lot more health than the others. And look at the board. Red and green is matchable with the icon displayed is our Juggernaut, so that means he tanks those colors, as well as black. So every time he makes a match in those colors, he's going to do team damage to the enemy. Excellent. What do we want to go for now? I think yellow's pretty spread out. It would be nice to go for yellow. Let's get this double black match here. We also get collateral damage for that. And now with the special tile on the board, Polaris is going to deal damage immediately when our turn starts. We'll get more red here. And then lucky blue. I'll take it. The board shuffled. Doing well on Juggernaut. Let's move over to Magneto now. We can start prioritizing him for damage. Blue. Looking good. Let's get this yellow finally. It'd be great to get another yellow match lined up. It is. He's doing fine. Let's move over to Mystique and see if... Let's go this way. Yellow drops red. And we're going to get stunned, unfortunately, for a turn. While that countdown is on the board, they will steal AP from us, so we'll match that purple away. Every time we make a match, they would steal 1 color of that. Here we go. Eternal Induction. What do we want to do here? Choose any colored tile. I think in this case we might, you can convert. See, there's a green strike tile on the board. Let's just choose green down here. Okay, so if he would have randomly selected that strike tile, he would have increased the value of that tile. All right, look at the way this lined up. This is cool. We can do a double match in green. In most teams, you don't want to match away your special tiles, but with Polaris, I think you have a different motivation for matching away your strike tiles. And check out the board. There is a crazy match that sets up an extra move. Let me know if you see it. That's right, that's the move I was talking about with the greens here. It will drop these 2 team-up tiles down right in perfect spot to match the ones below. Very rare occurrence, so check this out. Polaris damage, extra move, just crazy knockout from that team. And like I said, I think we're going to blow through 6 of these battles, save the second run of 6 for video number 2. Keep these real short in part 1 and part 2 so we can focus on some of the affiliation and character stuff, and a lot of characters I don't get to play on a daily basis because most of my PvP matchups are against 5-star characters. You can't help it. When you get to a certain level, it matches you up with its own calculations. And here we go. We've got a Guardians of the Galaxy team. I kind of like the group that they pre-selected. That would be a super dominant group. But let's do this. Rocket and Groot is on the 4-star is, you know, just fantastic. We all know that. Let's get in the 3-star character for fun. Let's bring in Drax and Yondu for a change. This is probably a decent team to go along with. They've got a nice color spread between them all. Drax has a huge red when you play it right. He has a black ability that will destroy enemy special tiles and other tiles on the board. His purple creates a strike tile depending on countdowns. He doesn't make his own countdowns, and so Rocket and Groot, we could play their blue. That's a countdown that creates very strong strike tiles, and then their green is good to blow up areas of the board. But if we're going to play blue, I think we'll focus on Yondu's blue. It is absolutely huge, and then he also has a black ability to destroy or remove enemy AP, and then put a lot of strike tiles on the board. So let's just play through here. I think we'll focus on Medusa. She's got that continual damage we'll want to take out as soon as possible, and then maybe we'll focus on Thanos from there. I think we'll start with blue. Every time there's a blue match, we'll go for that to get Yondu started. Once his Centurion Archery is played, it becomes Yaka Assault, and that is just, if you look at the damage, 3280 damage per turn for free, essentially, as long as he doesn't take a certain amount of damage to stop the assault. Cool. All right, there's a black match that drops a blue. Should we go for that one? We could also go for red. I think we better do this. Lined up other blue. Excellent. We're up to 9, and another blue match is made available. Running pretty lucky here, so let's see. Medusa's got 6,000 health. That's probably the good spot. Let's move over to... We'll take Thanos out with the one-shot. So let's do this damage here on Venom. So that way the math should work out really well. We're going to move over to Thanos for the one-shot. Centurion Archery would do 19,900 plus. That's just absolutely crazy. Cool animation. And then, as you see, we're going to get damage every turn from that. So it automatically hits the lowest health enemy. That's going to be Medusa, so we don't need to do any match damage to her. We can let the archery take her out, or the Yaka Assault do that for us. I do want to get red, though. There's a hit on Medusa. I don't know that we're going to get red in time, so because of that, let's go ahead and play Ravager's Ruse for fun. Bunch of strike tiles, removes enemy AP. They did get enough green potentially to play Venom's green ability. Let's let Drax take the hit if he's able to do that. Symbiotic Fury won't hit too hard, but trying to think through optimal play. The damage continues at 3,500 per turn from Yondu. Just crazy, and I think this is going to do it. And that's a win with your non-meta Guardians of the Galaxy, basically. Kind of fun team to play along there. 12 Days of Marvel, battle number 4. And here we go. We have to use Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. This will be a fun one. The system has preloaded a couple. Let me take a quick look. Okay, so we're going against Punisher, X-Force Wolverine, and 3-star Deadpool. This should be a fun team here. We'll bring along Coulson again and try to make really good use of Captain America worthy Cap, and also feature a little bit of Maria Hill. We could have made some other choices here. I really do like Mockingbird and specific uses with Quake in different events, but in different battles. Let's go for this one. I'm going to target Deadpool first. We have an extra move on the board in red. That'll get worthy Cap started really well. And in case that damage is pretty high, you want to hit Deadpool with it, because if we hit one of his friends, he creates a countdown that deals damage back to us. Nice cascade. Alright, what do we want to do after that extra move? Really quite good. We can play the wind-up. It places a, does a little damage, places a countdown on the board. There's a red match to be made, and so I don't want to risk that being matchable. Let's take that first. And now I think, well, there's another red match, but we'll do, can we get around that anyway? Maybe what we'll do is we'll take our chances here. Yep, it did show up in a matchable location, and so we had a way to separate that. Ugh, guess not. Got to be more careful, Rick. Sometimes I don't think ahead well enough when I'm trying to think about what to say, and there it is. All right, well, we lost that one, but we can get a lot of blue matches here, and also we want to go for black for Maria Hill. Her Best of Intentions creates very strong strike tiles. Building up a little bit of, well, just pretty much round colors built up so far. Nothing to worry about yet. Let's keep going for another enemy team damage. Now, we want to play Worthy Cap's blue. Let's build that up. Okay, and now we can start with red again. Perfect. Every time we play an ability, Coulson puts a countdown tile on the board. Alright, and now what we want to do is try to let that build up some charged tiles for us. Every turn we'll get a charged tile, and those will increase the effectiveness of Worthy Cap's blue. We got Deadpool out with match damage. I think we're going to target Wolverine in this case. Things are looking really good. Let's play Best of Intentions. Those strike tiles really add up if you take a quick look. 1,755 in strike tiles. And don't forget, Coulson's got, not that one, Coulson's got a countdown every single time that we play an ability. It not only deals damage that's going to add to those strike tiles, but then he earns AP for your team randomly in a color when that resolves. And so what I want to do here is Punisher has a ton of health, 8,800. We're going to save him to be hit with hoping that we can get a couple more charge tiles on the board before we do that. Not much going on here. I don't want to make this blue match. Punisher might go for that since he has a blue. Let's see what happens. Okay, so he went for green, and as funny as that is, alright, damage on Wolverine, he's out. What's funny about him matching that green countdown, that was the self-damage from Maria Hill, and that would have done, check it out, 90% of her base health in the match, and that is just so much damage. It's kind of a fun mini game to try to avoid that countdown, but we're running really well here. Let's get this yellow match, and then we can basically end things here. We'll play Coulson's Call the Cavalry. Another big set of countdowns, and again you get different effects from each one, including damage or strike tiles, and then AP when they resolve off the board. But while we have a few charge tiles on the board, let's see what we get out of Heavy Hitter. Multiple hit damage based on the charge tiles, and that is a win from Worthy Cap and a very strong hammer. Day 5 is the Inhumans, and we'll have one more battle after this one for this shorter video. That's why I was kind of waiting here. We could bring in, this is kind of the royal family team. Might be a little overpowered with Black Bolt on the team, and I've played him recently. We can get Karnak in, and I also played him recently, one of my favorite 4-star characters overall. Let's bring in Quake here. She's got a nice blue and green. So does Lockjaw, but we'll try to feature what we can out of this. And instead of my maximum champion Medusa, let's go to my second champ as we're rebuilding and see if we can win this way. So starting out with an extra move again is absolutely crazy. How are we going to beat Captain Marvel? Well, anytime you go against 4-star Captain Marvel, you should look at her green ability. It's passive, and that means whenever my team makes, well, you have to look and see who's got the strongest color match damage on each team. And in this case, it's going to be because Quake is the highest level on my team. Green is our strongest color match to be made. Whenever we match green, their team will earn black because that is their strongest color, and black is very dangerous to let 4-star Captain Marvel earn against you. And so we want to take her out first. Normally, you want to take her out first. In this case, I think we're going to make it a fun challenge. We're going to try to take Coulson out first, just so that Carol, we can see the negative effects of Carol against us. Well, this extra move is going to drop a critical tile right here to hit those greens and then the blues from up above. This will do well. So you saw the energy manipulation going over toward Carol. That is getting her up to 8 black already. And so that's exactly what I said we don't want to do in a normal situation. Again, this is kind of a fun challenge, so we're going to let them play some abilities against us and then still try to win. So with that on the board, it is a fortified countdown tile, and this thing will deal 9,300 damage, all while adding a strike tile to the board every turn. Super dangerous, obviously. Let's see what we can do. We want to keep the enemy away from getting yellow, because if they get yellow, they could choose to directly count that tile down to 0 immediately, and then we take the damage right away. We have Lockjaw's green ready to play. Quake's green is awesome. You know what? Let's go for Quake's green here. We're going to target Mockingbird. We're going to make this green match. Getting up to 11 green, 14 this early in the match is great. Don't forget special tiles earn our team AP from Medusa randomly, either blue, green, or purple. And now we're technically in pretty big trouble, except we have the Earthquake ready to play. This is a cool ability, deals team damage, and then shuffles the board around. They don't have enough yellow yet, so let's match the fortification away on that tile first. Just in case with the tile swapping around the board, maybe we can get that tile in a matchable location. Every time a countdown resolves off the board, Captain Marvel increases the value of enemy special tiles, making those strike tiles being very dangerous at this point. Let's do it. We're going to play Earthquake. Watch that countdown. Maybe it'll rotate into a matchable location. Not the best. However, we can get it into a matchable location right before it ticks down to 0. Let's do this this red match here. See if we're able to get by with that. All right, so our plan worked temporarily. We can match that one away. We still have to worry about the other one on the board. 2 turns away from that going off, and guess what? They got enough yellow to immediately send that Photonic Barrage down to 0. What do we want to do? Well, I think at this point we probably want to see... It'd be great to be able to put Lockjaw up front to take that damage. He's got the most health on our team. But there's a match 4 in red. Let's go for that. Medusa can take it. Executive decision. 10,331 damage with those strike tiles adding to it. Wow, that's not good. But we can now take Mockingbird out. Is there anything else we can do along the way? Probably want to get a little bit of blue. Maybe we'll get blue from matching those strike tiles. Randomly from Medusa. We got green and blue. Perfect. So we don't have enough blue to play Lockjaw. Sometimes it works out to be a cool ability depending on how many colors of specific tiles are on the board. Right now, it is blue is the most prevalent on the board. So Royal Escort is the... green, I'm sorry. And that is going to be the Black Bolt ability. So let's do this. I think we have a good idea. Let's play Resonance Frequency instead. Let's choose black to destroy those tiles. We might get some automatic matches in other colors when those are removed. Definitely did. And I guess we'll play the dog that bit you from Lockjaw. Probably should have played that. Yeah, that's not going to help much because the extra damage is when you have a charge tile in the enemy's strongest color. That would have been black. So that's okay. Let's take the strike tile out. Earn some purple. Another Photonic Barrage. And luckily enough, the fortification can be matched away. She doesn't have enough yellow to executive decision that down to 0 yet. Now she does. We'll play Medusa's Hair Metal. Scramble the board. Maybe we'll get some automatic matches here. Just one, but how lucky. Now we could do an automatic, we could just do a match of that black to get that removed from the board, but we can play red here where Lockjaw summons in Crystal, and this is kind of a unique ability. Crystal is not in the game yet, maybe someday, but they did bring in Karnak. That's the ability that is the black version from Royal Escort. Let's go ahead and play it. Damage plus other effects. Lockjaw gets the win. That was our toughest battle so far. And let's see what number 6 brings for a challenge. This one's probably going to be tough. Day 6 requires defenders against a couple of enemies plus 3-star Electra. The team you're looking at here is probably one of the best defender groups you can play. If you start with Daredevil at half health instead of what you see here, he will put strike tiles on the board automatically as he regains health. When strike tiles are on the board, then Iron Fist and his blue become very valuable because then his blue will fortify existing strike tiles, add another one to the board, and then earn your team green AP for free. And then you can play his green, which hits pretty hard, and then can earn your team black for his other ability. Or you can save up green for Daredevil's green, or build up black for Jessica Jones. Kind of a fun team. That's going to be super overkill, so instead let's go for some fun newer defenders. We'll grab Misty Knight and then Hellcat into the mix. And so we don't really have a black ability on the team. Let's grab Luke Cage, who's going to be kind of a low champion on my team to make this work out as a challenge, and we're going to see if we can win this way. All right, so let's target maybe, I think we might want to target Elektra or Kingpin first. Yeah, let's go over to Kingpin, get some yellow here. Green is very dangerous for Red Hulk. It does team damage, and then even more, tons of team damage if he happens to have 18 at the time when he plays it. The AI usually doesn't wait to get 18, but it can. Usually just plays it when they have 9 or more. Let's get red here. Could drop yellow in place. And more yellow. So we've got Hellcat, who has a yellow, red, and purple. We'll talk about her abilities in a little bit. We can also take a quick look at Misty Knight, who happens to also have a yellow, but will probably play her green and blue more than anything. We have yellow, so who do we want to start with? If we play It's Patsy, this is probably a good idea when there's not another yellow match to be made on the board. So let's go here first. Oh man. Hey Rick, was everybody screaming there's an extra move at the bottom of the board? I was supposed to do that before I talked about the abilities and then forgot that quickly. So Hellcat places a black repeater tile on the board, and what it does is increase the value of your special tiles. So since we have plenty of yellow, let's go ahead and play Saturday Night Specialist. And what this does, well, let's just go ahead and play it. Adds more yellow to the board, but then you see how we got that hero protect tile fortified. Yellow drops red. Kingpin steals some yellow or builds some yellow AP by stealing some AP away from us. Okay, let's go for some blue. Take the hit from Red Hulk there. Have to make sure he doesn't get a lot of purple. When they get purple, it will steal all, it will basically eliminate all of our green AP and build up a little bit for them. So we have Swipe Right ready to play from Hellcat. I think we'll save that for when there's a spot on the board that we need to destroy a specific row. But This Is Control is a cool ability for Misty Knight. It basically puts attack tiles on a certain row that you choose, a little bit of damage, and then look at the colors of yellow and black. Yellow is the strongest for us, black is the strongest for the enemy team. Which row would you choose to get a lot of yellow and black? Probably the bottom row, or maybe this row in like row number 4. I think we're gonna have to go with the bottom row. Fortifies some of them, and that is great. That worked out well. And let's get, what do we want here? We have a lot of black. Let's get this black match. Those attack tiles are going to add up quite a bit. We need to take Kingpin out as soon as possible because of his countdowns that have been played. Misty Knight, Hellcat's going to improve the strength of our special tiles every turn while that repeater is on the board. They might go for that black match, but if we get Kingpin out, they're going to be less likely to go for black because only Electro will have a black ability after that. What do we want here, though? You know what? Let's separate that black match with this one. It's probably a good move. More strength to those specials, and if we can't get Kingpin out, we'll have to play Hellcat's red pretty soon. We'll do this match here in case yellow drops above. Very nice. One more turn should take him out just before his countdowns resolve. And while we're at it, let's save up black for Luke Cage when the time is right. Now we don't want to do a whole lot of damage to Red Hulk because he will destroy a lot of random tiles and mess up our plans. So let's save him for last. We need to target Electra before she gets a lot of purple to steal our specials, usually strike tiles. But also her black ability is very troubling when she gets that played. Let's play Misty's Saturday Night Specialist again. Get more yellow on the board. Separate those blacks above there. Taking a hit, but look at our bonus health has been adding up, so maybe we don't have to worry about Red Hulk's green too much anymore. Now here's a problem. They have 10 black, and if Electra's allowed to play Shadow Step, she will avoid every bit of damage we try to do to her. And it's a really pretty good ability from 3-star land, and then into 4-star with the 4-star version of Electra. What do we want to do? I'd like to try to take her out. Can't quite do that. Let's play a jab here. Damage, and then we want to try to get more black while that is on the board for 4 turns, but we're not able to take her out quite yet. Let's play this. Swipe right will destroy a certain area of tiles, and I think what we want to do, would love to set up an extra move around there somewhere, but there's just no way to do it. So let's destroy maybe this area of tiles here. Not a lot of damage out of that. Didn't set up a whole lot of anything too good. We did get strike tiles out of it, and man, she just survives with 600 plus health, and her shadow step's been played. Very, very concerning. So we don't want to hit her with any of this next upcoming damage, because she'll deal damage back to us and deflect everything back that she would have taken. They left the extra move on the board. Red Hulk is not going to like this, but that's alright. We got pretty lucky here. Now we can play cat-like reflexes. Swap the enemy special tiles down to the board. I should have talked about that a little bit more, but how cool was it that we got an automatic match 4 at the bottom of the screen with all of Red Hulk's anger tiles, seeing red. Cool, that worked out just really pretty well, actually. Let's play this as control again, and forgot to look at what colors, yellow and red this time. Not a lot of yellow and red on any specific row. Actually, it's probably not the best time to play it. So let's do this. Let's play Bionic Beatdown. Guaranteed to one-shot Red Hulk out of here, and this is important. Now we can play Jab Jab Cross. Bunch of damage. If it wasn't for the damage, it would also stun and takes Electra out. Now, we may have removed her trap tiles on black, but since the stun happens, it probably allowed us to take her out that way. And that was actually a pretty fun team of defenders, and having a good run in the 12 days of Marvel so far. Let's end this one here. Hopefully by the time you see this video, we'll have the part 2 ready to go, where we'll start with Avengers against some tough enemy teams, leading into the final, where we have to take on with a team of villains and then a team of heroes. Thanks so much for watching. Hit the video down below to carry on. See you there.